Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I'm Ariane Thomas, and this is the COVID-19 Group Ancestral Lineage Clearing Session. Welcome, everyone. This is a very interesting time for all of us in the world. We haven't encountered this type of situation. Hold on just a minute. Let me let somebody else in. Okay, we haven't encountered this kind of situation in our lifetime. And so this is something new that is affecting us individually as well as globally. And what we're finding is that even though individually we may be safe, we may be feeling that we're secure when we do our meditations and when we are grounded and centered and balanced, that we're still being affected by the energy that is surrounding us, that is around the planet. I know, I do my meditations every day. I hold the energy, and when people around me cough or sneeze, I get this, oh my goodness, you get this panic reaction. And what I found from working with the ancestors is that we all hold the energy from our ancestor of memories that we have inherited from them, of the plagues, the illnesses, the diseases, the infections, and the disasters that they encountered in their lifetimes over the past centuries and the millennia. The Spanish flu, the bubonic plague, smallpox, the leprosy disease, all of the diseases that they could not control, that they didn't have remedies for, that devastated the world. We carry those memories of fear, of anxiety, of panic, of grief, of loss. And those memories are in our genetic makeup, and they have laid dormant in our bodies until something like COVID-19 arises. And then it triggers those genetic factors in our bodies that go, oh my God, this is going to affect me. This is going to wipe out the world as I know it. And it triggers our reactions. That is the energy that is running around in the world today. And it is triggering fear. That is the fear that is in the energy field surrounding us. When this fear arises, what happens is that fear depresses our immune system so that we become more vulnerable to illnesses. We open up our system to what is around us. And so what we want to do today is we want to turn off those genetic triggers. We want to turn on our genes that say, we are safe, we are secure, we trust in the divine plan that says that we are the survivors of the descendants of all of the healthy people in the world. We are the ones that have the healthy genes. We are the ones that trust in the divine plan that says that we can have health, wealth, love, happiness, and a golden future. Because those are the genes that we have inherited. We have inherited the genes of these survivors. And those are the ones we want to trigger today. So that's what we are here today to do. We are here today to turn off the genetic traits of fear, anxiety, loss, grief, poverty, and destruction. And we are here today to turn on our genes of survival, of trust, of immunity, of abundance, of support, and love. And our ancestors are here to support us. And that is our intention today. So, for those of you who have done an ancestral lineage clearing with me before, the normal process is that we set an intention to find the original ancestor who went through the trauma that triggered the negative genes in our family pattern. And then we ask that ancestor to shift that pattern in their lifetime, to go to another life and live that life again. I have been meditating with the ancestors this week to say, okay, how can I best serve these people? How can I best serve the world in this group session? What the ancestors have told me is we are not going to go through 2 lifetimes. We're going to go to the single lifetime of an ancestor who survived a devastating illness, plague, disaster, and who came out the other side healthy, happy, and well. All right? Because to live through a lifetime of devastation would be to generate more fear in our body, and we don't want to do that. And so we do want to create an intention statement before we begin to find that original ancestor who lived through a time where we had the plague, the disease, the disaster, the infection, but they also survived it. And they came out whole, well, and healthy. That didn't mean they lived on a hill above and beyond everything and, you know, everything was great. That meant that they learned a lesson through it. I'm going to share my screen because I have created an intention statement. And I want you to see this intention statement. And if everyone can just go down to the chat room and let me know if you can. Let me know if you can see this screen and if you can read it. Because the intention statement that I created is, I am seeking my original ancestor who survived a plague, illness, disease, or infection that affected his or her community and the world and created chaos and disrupted life as they knew it. This ancestor experienced fear, anxiety, pain, illness, loss of financial stability or abundance, perhaps loss of loved ones in their family or community, but lived to make a new life of health, wealth, love, joy, and commitment to the world and the future. This is the type of ancestor you are looking for today. And so what I want you to do is we're going to break into 2 groups, and I want you to create your own intention statement, or you can use mine, and create an intention to find your original ancestor. Because we are going to seek an ancestor in your lineage that lived through one of these plagues or illnesses and came out on the other side. Okay? And we're going to break into 2 groups. And Ishel, would you take one group and I will take another? And we are going to break out for 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back. And then we will begin the ceremony to go and find that original ancestor. Now, what I want you to do is write out your intention statement, because you will be saying that intention statement when we are in the ceremony seeking the ancestor. So you will need to have that statement in front of you when we go into the ceremony. Does anybody have any question before we go to the breakout room? Okay.
Ariane?
Yes, Evelyn.
Is it important to create a personalized version of yours? Because when I'm reading it, I'm going like, I can't say it any better than you can.
I agree.
Okay, no, you can use mine, because I spent some time trying to encompass everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, let me ask this, and you can either answer or in the chat room or here. Does anyone feel like they want to create a personalized statement?
No.
I think you've got it pretty good.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I agree.
I did want to add one thing, and I think even though we may use your statement, it's still good to remember that when we're seeking our ancestor, that to keep in mind that it's a positive experience,
Yes.
that they want to be helpful.
Yes.
Not to go after somebody with some idea that you screwed up my life. Yeah, go ahead.
Great. If that's the case, I mean, I want to empower you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take your, I don't want to take your responsibility away if you would like to do an individual intention statement, okay? The other thing I want you to remember is have no expectation about who you're looking for, when you are looking for that person, or where they will be. Don't say, oh, I'm looking for my grandfather who survived the influenza virus. I'm looking for the person who survived the bubonic plague. You have no expectation because you do not know where that ancestor who will be of most benefit to you. Okay? So have no expectations as we go forward in this. All right? If everybody's fine with the intention statement that I wrote, I just wanted to give you a good example, then we will go forward. Does anyone have any questions before we start? Okay.
We might want to see it again just so we can write it down.
Okay. I will go put it up again. There you go. And while you're doing that, I will light the candle on the altar. And as a matter of fact, I will leave it up.
Okay.
While we begin. And when we are in the ceremony, I will read the intention statement. Okay? So that you don't have to stop what you're doing and write it down and break your meditation. All right? And I think that might be easier for everyone.
Ariane,
Yes.
what do you mean by original ancestor?
Okay. We have say your ancestor who lived through a plague or an illness lived 1,000 years ago. You may have subsequent ancestors that lived through illnesses and plagues and diseases subsequent to that. You know, you may have 3 or 4 or 6 that lived after that had similar experiences, and they carried those genes and genetic traits forward.
Okay, I see.
And they may have had different experiences that layered on that original experience that you carry in your genes.
Okay, thank you.
And we don't want to get those interim ancestors. We want to go back to the first one because that's where the genetic trait began. And that's the one we want to shift. We want that experience because when we shift that experience, it affects the entire domino of genes in your family pattern and in your body.
So it means we're actually creating a new life for our ancestors as well?
Yes.
For all that came after this original one?
Yes.
Brilliant, thank you.
For yourself, your children, your grandchildren, and all of those that carry your DNA in the present. Okay?
Evelyn, you also mentioned the financial aspect, and that may also be something that would really trickle down through your lineage, where it may have started as one thing, but as it, with each different generation, it's kind of shown up a different way.
It accumulates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let us begin. I'm going to mute everyone now, and we are going to begin the ceremony. And how this ceremony is going to proceed is we are going to call in the spirits, and then we're going to go through a general releasing, clearing, and cleansing meditation Then we are going to go into a meditation to put you into a deep relaxation state. And then we are going to go on the journey to meet your ancestor. All right? And I will read the intention statement. We will find your ancestor, and you will be observers of their life. And remember, do not get emotionally involved. You are going to be seeing some difficult periods in your ancestor's life. Do not get caught up in the disaster, in the world around them. Simply observe, simply watch, breathe through it, and see how they evolved through their life. And then we will come back and release the negative energy and set in the positive energy that they found in their lives from their experience. So, be comfortable, rest, relax, and breathe as we call in the spirits. Mother, Father, Great Spirit, we know that you are with us at all times. Come, be with us here today and guide us on this path of healing. Lead us where we need to go to find all of the healing, the relief, and the understanding that we seek here today. We call upon the spirits of the East. We call upon the element of water. We call upon cougar and hawk. Come, lend us your wisdom, your strength, and your understanding. We call upon the ancestors of the East. We call upon all of our ancestors to guide us, guard us, and protect us. As we walk along this path of healing, come be with us on this journey and guide us where we need to go. We call upon the spirits of the South. We call upon the element of fire. We call upon wolf and eagle. Come, lend us your strength, your wisdom, and your support. We call upon all of our ancestors of the South. Come, walk with us on this path. Lead us to where we need to go to find the healing that we seek here today. We call upon the spirits of the West. We call upon Mother Earth. We call upon bear and owl. Lend us your strength, your wisdom, and your support. We call upon the ancestors of the West. We call upon all of our ancestors. Guide us, guard us, and protect us. Lead us to the ancestor that we are seeking, that we may find the healing that we need here at this time. We call upon the spirits of the North. We call upon air and sister wind. We call upon buffalo and hummingbird. We call upon the ancestors of the North. We call upon all of our ancestors to guide us, guard us, and protect us on this journey. Lead us to where we need to go to find the healing that we seek here today. We call upon our guardian angels, our spirit guides, our animal totems, all of our healing spirits and the sweet spirits that we need to find what we seek here today to heal our mind, body, and spirits at this time of great need. We thank you for being with us here today and guide us on our way of hope. And now breathe easily and smoothly and quietly and envision a beautiful pool of cool, clear water with a sparkling waterfall flowing into it. And step into this beautiful pool of water And underneath this waterfall, let it flow over you. Let it flow over your head, down your whole body. And as it flows over your head, let it wash away all the mind chatter, all of the tension and the stress of the day. Let it flow down your throat and the back of your neck, washing away all of this tension down your shoulders, arms, and hands into the pool at the bottom of your feet. And feel all of this tension and stress flowing away into the pool and down the stream into the arms of Mother Earth, where she transforms it into neutral energy that can be used wherever it is needed on the planet. Feel it seeping into your head, into your jaw, into your neck and throat, feeling the water flow down your spinal cord and your back, down your chest, into your heart and lungs, flowing down your back, relaxing those muscles, flowing into your digestive organs, resting, relaxing, easing the tension, the stress, the tightness. Feeling your hips and your lower back relax as that water flows down your legs, calves, knees, ankles, and feet. Feeling all of that excess energy that you are ready to release at this time, flowing into that pool of water, down the stream and into the arms of the mother. Feel all of the tension in your body flow away, and feel the water relaxing you, refreshing you, revitalizing you. You are feeling clear, cleansed, and relaxed. Step out of this waterfall and step onto the mossy bank, and you will find a towel to dry off and clean clothes to step into. And then walk away from the pool of water and walk into a beautiful place that you love. This may be a place that you have actually been to, or perhaps a place you go to in your meditations. It is a beautiful place where there's blue skies overhead and white fluffy clouds, and you hear birds singing, and a warm breeze caresses your cheek with a sweet fragrance, and your eyes rest on greenery, and there are wildflowers in your favorite colors surrounding you. And you hear the rustle of small animals in the undergrowth. And as you look around, you see a stand of trees, and there is a path under these trees. And you go over and begin walking under this path. And you hear the crunch of leaves underfoot, and you smell their aroma. And as you continue walking along this path, you begin to hear the sound of running water. And the further along you go on this path, the louder the sound of running water becomes, until you come to a clearing and you see a stream. And you know that this is the time stream. But before you approach the time stream, you sit down at the base of a tree and you take off your shoes and your socks if you have any on. And then you go over to the time stream and you know that this is your destination. And you notice that there are two currents in the time stream. There is one current that leads downstream into the past, and there is another current that leads upstream into the future. And at this time, you know that you want the downstream current because you want to go into the past to seek your ancestor. So you set your intention to seek your original ancestor who survived a plague, illness, disease, or infection that affected his or her community and the world and created chaos and disrupted life as they knew it. This ancestor experienced fear, anxiety, pain, illness, loss of financial stability or abundance, perhaps the loss of loved ones in their family or community. But this ancestor lived to make a new life of health, wealth, joy, love, and commitment to the world and the future. And this is the ancestor you are seeking. So you step into that downstream current and you lie on your back on a raft and you let that raft take you downstream into the past. And the current begins to carry you downstream. And the years and the decades begin flowing by. And the current begins to pick up speed. And you begin traveling downstream because your ancestor is calling you to the right time and place. Your ancestor has heard your call and is drawing you deeply, deeply into the past. They are calling you to the right time and place. The current picks up speed and moves swiftly, swiftly downstream to the right time, to the right place, to the right ancestor. You are going deeply into the past, and the current begins to slow until it comes to a stop on the bank of the stream. And you stand up and you walk up the bank of the stream, and you're dry. And you look around and you see your ancestor. Your ancestor welcomes you, and you begin following your ancestor. You begin watching your ancestor's life. You look around. You see where your ancestor is living. See the village, the town, the city. What does your ancestor look like? What does he or she wear? See, sense, hear, feel. If you don't see, simply sense what is around you. Hear the sounds. Feel the emotions. What's the sense that's going on? What's the energy surrounding them? How old are they? What's their home like? Where's their family? How do they fit in the community? Take a few moments to look around. Sense what is happening. Sense their life. Perhaps you hear what's going on. Perhaps you see. Perhaps you simply feel or sense. What are their relationships? Are they happy, sad, upset? When you get a sense of where they are in their life at this time, move ahead a year. Move ahead a year in time. And what has changed? What has changed in their life? Are things better? Are things worse? Are they the same? See, hear, sense, feel. What is around them? Don't be distressed. Simply observe. Observe their life. Observe their situation. Observe their surroundings. Observe their loved ones. You can go faster or slower than my narration at any time. When you are finished with this time, move forward 10 years. What is the ancestor's life at this time? See, sense, hear, feel, know. How has their life changed in 10 years? How do they feel now? What is their home life? What is the community like? What is their world like? How do they cope? What changes have been made? Stay with this time period until it is complete, until you know everything you need to know at this time. Then move ahead another 10 years. How has life changed in another 10 years? See, sense, feel, know, hear. What is the ancestor like at this time? What is their life like? What kind of family do they have? What kind of community do they live in? What is the world like? How are things different? How are they the same? Look around. Be with your ancestor at this time until it is complete. When you are ready, if you can, move ahead 20 years. If your ancestor is not there, simply wait. If your ancestor is there in 20 years, do the same. See, feel, hear, sense, know. What is their life like in 20 years? How have things changed? What is the world like now? What is their life like? How do they feel? Know. Know what their world is like, what they are like, what has become at this time. Explore your ancestors' life at this time. If you haven't found your ancestor at this time, and when this time is complete, then move to your ancestor's deathbed. Move to the time of your ancestor's death and look around. Who's with your ancestor at this time? Are they alone? Is their family with them? Do they have friends, community, supporters? Who is with them on their deathbed? Ask them this question. What do you feel about this lifetime? How do you feel about this life? Their answer is important to you. This is what you have come to learn. And now ask your ancestor, what message does your ancestor have for you? And now, thank your ancestor for drawing you to him or her, for answering your call, for being here for you. Thank them and say goodbye. And then step away and walk back to the time stream. And when you get back to the time stream, set your intention to come back to this time and place. And then step into the upstream current. Lie on your back on a raft and let the raft carry you forward in time, back to this time and place. Let the current carry you upstream and let the years and the decades carry you forward in time, drawing you home to your body, to this time and place, back to the present. And the current carries you forward, moving swiftly in time, letting the years and the decades flow by, faster and faster, drawing you to the present, moving you towards home, towards your body, towards the now, until the current slows down and comes to a stop on the bank of the stream. And you stand up and you're dry and you walk to the top of the stream and you see your shoes, and your socks if you had any, at the base of the tree, and you go over and you put them on and you begin walking under the trees, hearing the crunch of leaves underfoot and smelling their aroma as you walk on the shade away from the stream. And you continue walking until you come to the clearing that's your favorite place. And you see the blue skies overhead with the white fluffy clouds, and you hear the birds singing, and that warm breeze caresses your cheek again with that sweet fragrance on it. And your eyes rest on the greenery, and there's wildflowers in your favorite colors surrounding you. And you hear the rustle of small animals in the undergrowth. And now I want you to take 3 deep breaths to come back to the present. I want you to breathe in through your nose and blow out through your mouth. And on the first breath, I want you to breathe in from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And breathing in, call back all of your energy to this time and place, calling it back to your body. So breathe in fully and completely from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the second breath, breathe in the energy of this time and place that surrounds you. Breathe in the air around you, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything in your environment in the here and now. And breathe in through your nose and blow out through your mouth. And on the third breath, feel the clothes on your body, feel the chair underneath you, feel your feet on the ground on Mother Earth. Feel totally and completely connected to your body, to the earth through this time and place, and be fully and completely present in your body. Breathe in and blow out. And when you're ready, open your eyes and stretch. And you can roll your hands and your feet, take a drink of water. And I will unmute you. And you can come back. Is everybody back? Okay. All right. Was everyone able to connect with their ancestor?
I did not. This is Evie.
Yeah, Evie?
Mhm.
You couldn't connect with your ancestor?
No,
Okay, did you feel any energy?
not really.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the connection isn't there.
Right.
So what I would suggest is when you get the recording, try another time and listen to the recording and see if you can connect again at another time.
Okay.
That might connect you with another time and place, and
Right.
see if that'll help. If not, email me and I will send you the Ask Your Ancestors meditation and see if that will work. Okay.
Okay.
Is
Thank
there
you.
anyone else that couldn't connect?
Yeah, Angela here. I was really relaxed and stuff. I was just waiting something to come, but nothing really.
Oh, okay. Well, same thing. When you get the recording, try another time. What time is it there?
Now it's 7 p.m.
Okay, so you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps you might try in the morning sometime. Sometimes different times of the day work better.
Yeah.
So try it another time. And again, if that doesn't work, I will send you the Ask Your Ancestors meditation and see if that will help you connect. But the recording may help you connect at another time.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, good. Would anyone like to share their experience? Now remember, this is recording. I can either stop the recording and you can let me know in the chat if you don't want to share on the recording. And I can stop the recording and we can share privately, or we can share on the recording, because sometimes it's helpful for other people to hear what you learned in the meditation. Would anyone care to share?
I can share.
Michelle?
So I don't know if this helps at all with those that didn't really feel much, but often I don't really see things, so I have to just get into really, whatever feeling I'm feeling and kind of go with that. So mine was kind of vague, but what I sensed was this young girl that was 11 years old, long blonde hair, and that her entire family died. And she had to leave the house and leave everything behind. And I didn't have a sense of who she was with or her being helped or along the way or anything. But when we moved forward a year, I got more of a sense of like a big English house where she was taken in, and I think by family, maybe some distant family. I got a sense that she was okay there. I didn't really sense the other people. But as we moved forward, I didn't really feel like she really connected with anyone very strongly. And I think it was out of fear of hiding from what might happen and who might be after her, or and I didn't get a sense of getting married or family. And because I've done other ancestral lineage clearing, I continued to ask, well, why am I seeing this? And what do you want me to learn? And what do you want me to see from this? And I got kind of a sense that maybe at some point she might want to go back to a different choice of being able to open up and trust people again, and have a different life and go forward with a life that was more because like what we're experiencing now, shutting down and quieting down more, being more internal, we just start to distrust everyone around us. So I feel like that's kind of the lesson for me is that learning to still stay connected and open and trusting others, and not to be so isolated and withdrawn.
What was her message to you?
No, well, that was kind of it.
Okay.
I live an isolated life, as Ariana knows. I do web design and stuff in my house already. So I could see how a lot of that already plays out in my life, even pre-pandemic. And so the message for me is to not be so fearful, and to be more trusting, more open, to be able to take the experience for what it is, but to still continue to open up and be part of the world, because she was very alone and not as happy, not as fulfilled in not having people around her that she cared about and enjoyed being with.
Thank you. Thank you. Evelyn, would you like to share? Because you put a message in the chat that was just beautiful. Would you like to share?
Oh, yes, I can. I mean, as I always say, I don't know if I made this all up, but even if,
Right.
I don't care. I was taken way back, and interestingly enough, it felt like being in Italy. So I don't know. It was interesting because I didn't, as Ariane said, I didn't experience all the drama, but it was more like, look, here I am, I survived, and look what I've created from that. And look what the situation, the whole community has changed because of that. And it was a lot about, it felt like ancient Italy somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like there were changes in terms of how the water supplies were organized, and everything was kind of more clean and prosperous and everything. And in the end, I received this beautiful message: focus on the new life and cultivate the seeds in peace and gratitude.
That's beautiful. That's just beautiful, Evelyn. Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. Would anyone else like to share?
Share.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I'm muted or not.
Okay. Who wants to unmute? You can type a
I
message.
can hear you, Pam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll share.
Good.
What happened to me was I was this blonde, vibrant girl in my 20s, living in a fishing village on the Mediterranean. And what happened is it was about 10 or 15 of my friends. We went out in the countryside, had a picnic, had a fun day. We came back and now flood came and devastated the village.
Mm.
All the people got killed in the village, so I was survived with my friends. And so it was rough, I mean, for a while, but we survived. We ate fish and we rebuilt. We rebuilt our lives and our families. I mean, we started a new generation is what we did, because we only had each other. Thank God we had fish. We ate a lot of fish. And she ended up getting married, having children with one of the survivors. And on her deathbed, she had her friends with them, and they actually started a community. The message I got, one of the biggest messages was, no matter how tough things get, be grateful. Be grateful for your house, be grateful for your food, be grateful for your friends, be grateful for the people in your life. So it was really about gratitude. And that's really, she said, what pulled her through was her gratitude. Even though, I mean, she fell apart obviously for a while, but she was grateful for the fish. So,
Lovely. Lovely.
yeah.
Thank you, Pam.
Sure.
Anyone else? Janet? Janet, we can't hear you. You're unmuted, but we still can't hear you. Nope. Try your settings.
Can't hear anything.
Nope.
Maybe it's a computer setting instead of a Zoom setting.
Nope. Sorry, Janet.
Maybe you'll have to type it up and send it to us.
Right. Well, thank you all for attending. What I'm going to do at this time is we have all had, hopefully we've all had a beautiful experience. I will send out the recording. What I'm going to do is I am going to do a sound release to release any negative energy that came up during the session. Some people have lived through disasters and come out on the other side, but this may have brought up a lot of distressing energy throughout the ancestor's lifetime. The quickest way to release negative energy I have found is through sound. And so I am going to do some sound energy to release any negative energy that was brought up during this clearing, okay? And if if you haven't been on an ancestral lineage clearing session with me, this may be a little surprising for you. We use harmonious sounds to set in positive energy. That's why we sing in church. That's why the Buddhists chant. We use chanting and harmony to set in positive energy. We use disharmony and dissonant sounds to release negative energy, okay? So I am not going to sing you a pretty song. I'm going to use my bells and rattles to break up any negative energy that was released here today. So if any negative energy came up during those lifetimes, simply bring it in so that it can be released. Release it into Mother Earth that she may take it and transform it and use it wherever it is needed on the planet, okay? So anything you want to release here today, just think about it, bring it into your field and let it go as I make the sounds with the rattles and the bells to release any negative energy, okay? So simply breathe through this. If you want, you can drum, you can rattle, you can shake, you can get up and move, you can tone with me, whatever you would like to do at this time to join me in releasing any negative energy that arose here today, okay? So, here we go. So, we are going to release all negative energy. Breathe and let it go. So, how do you feel after that?
Feels good.
Good. Okay. That tends to dissipate all of the negative energy. So now take a deep breath and ground yourself. Now, what we want to do is you want to retain all of the energy that your ancestors found in living through that disaster and living through that era when they had all of those difficulties, from those illnesses, from those floods, from all of that difficult time that they lived through. Focus on their message. Focus on what they learned. Focus on how they grew through that period of time. And I want you to think of a symbol that represents the outcome of their life. What was the benefit that they got from living through that time? For Pam, it was gratitude. For Evelyn, it was peace. It was peace and gratitude and cultivating new life. And appreciating the moment and the experience of life and of life itself. So think of a symbol of that new life. What I want you to do is I want you to get that symbol, either an actual physical symbol, print it, get it, download it from the computer, print it off, and hold it in your hand. Put it somewhere in your energy field. Put it on your computer, on your refrigerator, next to your bedside table, and keep it in your energy field for the next 30 days. And every time you see it, you feel it, you experience it, bring in the energy that your ancestor experienced after they went through that trauma. And keep remembering their gratitude, their peace, their appreciation. And keep expanding your heart so that whenever you feel anxiety about the future, whenever you get that feeling of panic, whenever that excess frenetic energy comes into your field, look at that symbol, hold that symbol, and remember your ancestors survived and they flourished and they were grateful and they appreciated life. And you can too. And you have now turned off those negative genes. Your immune system has now been turned on, and all will be well. That is the gift your ancestors have given you here today. All will be well. Does anyone have any questions? Evelyn's symbol is a shining sun. Beautiful. Okay, before
I'm going to borrow that one.
Okay. You can all, I mean, you can share. Before we leave here today, let us let the spirits go. So take a deep breath. Mother, Father, Great Spirit, thank you so much for your healing and the blessings that we have received here today. And we release you and send you on your way. Spirits of the East, Spirit of Water, Cougar and Hawk, we thank you for your strength, your wisdom, and your support. We thank our ancestors of the East for guiding us, guarding us, and protecting us, and for all the blessings we have received here today. And we release you and send you on your way. Spirits of the South, element of fire, wolf and eagle, we thank you for your strength, your wisdom, and your blessing, and for your presence here today. Ancestors of the East, we thank you for protecting us and guiding us and for walking with us on this path. And we release you and send you home. Elements and spirits of the West, Mother Earth, bear and owl, we thank you for your strength, your wisdom, and your support. We thank you for being with us on this journey. Ancestors of the West, we thank you for your guidance and your protection. We thank you for walking with us on this path, and we release you and send you home. Spirits of the North, Sister Wind and Air, Buffalo and Hummingbird, we thank you for your wisdom, your strength, and your understanding. Ancestors of the North, we thank you for guiding us, guarding us, and protecting us. Our guardian angels, our spirit guides, our animal totems, our healing spirits, and all of the other sweet spirits who have come with us on this journey and guided us and protected us and blessed us with your love and support. We thank you for your presence, for all of the blessings and healings that we have received here today. And we release you and send you on your way. Aho.
No.
And I thank you all for being with us here today. And thank you all for the support that you have given us for each other. And know that all of the clearing and releasing that you have done here today has shifted it not only for you, but for all of those around you, not only everyone in your lineage, but for all of those that are on the planet. Every time we heal and every time we shift our energy, we are shifting all of the COVID-19 energy on the planet. Because when we release our fear, our anxiety for the future and boosting our immune system, we are reducing it all over the world. And so I thank you for your presence and everything that you're doing here today. So I'm going to unmute everybody so that we can all say goodbye, thank you, and blessings on you all.
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariane. It was so nice of you.
Thank you.
welcome.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for being
wait.
here.
Before you all go, and
Yeah.
I will send you an email anyway. If anyone would like some additional help on increasing your genetic strengths and potentials, I have a free program for 10 hints on strengthening your genetic traits. And I will be sending out an email to you all if you would like the 5 booklets, and you'll get 2 hints a week for 5 consecutive weeks on some lifestyle changes that you can make to make your genes stronger, to be healthy, happier, and to strengthen all of your genetic traits in your life. So many blessings to you all, and you'll get an email soon. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ariane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
well, end recording.